Welcome, Queen, to the
Welcome.
Mixtape Queens podcast. I'm super excited to have you, the Queen herself, Luxgawdis.
Yes,
Okay.
the spiritual hairstylist.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm excited.
So, what? How did you get started with the spiritual hairstylist?
Um, so I started my journey as in a completely different field. First it was in art, and then I did a little bit of museum curating and some cool things. And then I moved into more fashion and kind of becoming a buyer, training and everything. I got burnt out very quickly. I was like, a career change. I love doing hair. I might as well get paid for it. Decided to start my career in North Carolina, like going to school. And then I got a random internship to Texas. So I was like, cool, I'll move to Texas. And that's where it started because I was completely on my own and kind of pushed to go through a lot while being out there while doing hair. And then I happened to train at Aveda, which is very Ayurvedic. Which is kind of the similar things that my mom is, a lot of Indian inspired things and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, these two are supposed to be together. Cool. And then kind of finding out that there's a direct connection between spirituality and hair and all of that. I was like, okay, I need to learn more. And I became obsessed. And now I'm here to the point where I'm now creating products based on moons and stuff like that. So it's been an interesting journey, but I'm here.
Oh, I love that.
Good. So
Yeah.
so you're from New York, right?
Yes.
And so you traveled around, and it was in Texas that you went to school for hair?
I started in North Carolina and I finished in Texas.
Oh, okay.
So I transferred like mid-year to Texas because I got a really cool internship with this company. It's no longer together, but they used to travel to different hair schools to teach girls more about how to do more like for magazine related makeup, avant-garde, kind of like out of the box makeup.
Hmm.
And then
Pretty
Okay.
cool.
So you when was it that you realized that doing hair is also energy work?
when I realized that somebody's energy could affect me.
Mm.
So somebody will come in and I'm having the best day ever. And then someone would sit in my chair and they're just telling me everything and I can feel it, goosebumps and everything. And I was like, I don't know how to get out of this, but I feel like I'm locked into this person's energy. How do I get out of this? And it wasn't until I started doing more research. I was already into, energy from crystals and healing and stuff like that. Read a little bit of what Reiki is and all of that. So I was like, in order for me to reverse this, let me pour into that person while they're sitting in my chair. How do I do that? I can do that verbally or I can do it energetically. And I'm touching you all the time when you're in my chair. So that's how I started doing that.
Mm. I mean, I think that's pretty genius because I never really heard like a hairstylist say, like, I really feel that energy from people through their hair.
Mhm.
And you can probably feel like their anxiety, their fear, like you saw some of the lost hope that you've probably seen through people's hair too.
I scare people a lot. I scare people a lot because not only can I tell how long it's been since I've last seen you, like I've last seen you or you've been somewhere, just based on the texture, the things that you do, your hair tells on you. It tells on you visually and it tells on you spiritually, energetically, however you want to put it. And because if you're not processing what you need to process, the last thing you're doing is taking care of your hair. The last thing you want to invest in is yourself. So I can tell all of that based off of the whatever you're putting too much of on or not enough of. And it kind of dives deeper into who you are as a person and how you think. What are your rationalities? Are you irrational and all of that? All from me doing your hair.
Mm.
I'm trying to get over there. So.
Right. I'm like, she got to touch my scalp. I'm trying to see something. No, like you really saved her hair specifically just with the instructions of water and apple cider vinegar. It has lightened and it's really luxurious. Like it really filled itself out. And I've been using it too. So it's been keeping my scalp clean. I think a lot of
One
people
of
don't know
the
that.
key factors is keeping your pH. The way
Mm-hmm.
that we have to take care down there is the same way you got to take care of your hair. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to balance the pH of your hair in order for anything that you do inside or outside to actually see. So if I'm not taking the proper vitamins or not having the right diet, but I am doing all the things topically, you're not going to get a lasting result. You'll get a spurt, but nothing else. So both have
Right.
to exist, or else you're
Hmm.
not gonna do it. And I can't wait, especially you, Amanda. Yes, this for you. This for both of y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for thinking of
You can
me.
use it, but it's for Amanda.
For sure. Because you know what? I've been struggling with my healthy hair journey because it makes me emotional thinking like how badly I felt at some point that I was disgusted by my hair, like because I couldn't work with it. I didn't know what to do with it. And sometimes I still get frustrated, but there's been a piece of advice that I was given through a YouTube channel. I can't even remember her page, but she said the best thing to do when you're feeling like that about your hair is don't even touch it. Put your cap back on. Go ahead and put your do-rag or your scarf back on your head and leave it alone until you're ready to touch it. And take care of it the right way, because if you don't, you'll just damage it, because we rip our hair, we tear our hair, and then we don't,
Take it a step further. What you're doing is just reintroducing that energy back into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to process and get that all out because I don't love this, I don't know what I'm doing, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
going right. All of that you're feeling, everything is through your hands. You're putting it right back in,
Mm-hmm.
physically putting it right back in, and it can show up in different ways. Okay, I don't feel like dealing with this. What I'm gonna do, rake through it. I'm gonna continue the process. I'm gonna continue to chop it off. And you're not thinking of it in those terms, but that's essentially what you're doing. You're
Mm-hmm.
redepositing that bad energy right back in. So you're gonna be chasing your tail.
Yeah, see, and I'm learning that. I really am. I'm definitely embracing it now, and I want it to grow, but for the most part, right now, I'm really just focused on maintaining the health of it.
Mhm.
Like really treating my scalp the way I should treat my scalp, really taking care of it, keeping it moisturized, but not overly moisturized, like just finding that balance. But I'm loving it. I'm loving on my hair. That's the different part about my journey, because 2 years ago, I was bald, but 2 years in a row because I just wanted
Okay.
it gone.
I understand that
Mhm.
because my hair used to be so thick and so long, and that's how in my family everyone knows you by your hair, how long it is, how healthy it is, what it looks like. When I tell you I stayed bald, gave my mama a heart attack, and she could not understand it. Why would you do that? And at that time, I was still young and I was on the bus, and this guy just approaches me and says, your hair is your glory. You should never cut your hair. And I was just like, oh my gosh, sir, like that's none of your business, eh? But it's so weird, and it put me in that mindset of how people really identify beauty as
Mhm.
what's through in your hair, how your hair looks, what it looks like. Is it shiny enough? Is it straight enough? And all of this other stuff. And it just didn't make sense. So I was just like, done.
Mm.
And that made me start my journey all over again.
Yes. See, I love that. Those are the type of stories I look for with inspiration about my own hair and, information I give out to people. And I mean, we went to the Juneteenth festival like last week, and it was, I mean, countless people saying, "Oh my God, your hair looks really good." I'm like, "Oh God, thank you. I've been doing something right."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm just thankful because I know what that means to me now. I'm getting a better picture, a better view of who I am as a person through my hair. Just
Right.
working on my patience, working with it.
And then if you don't know, you don't know. Because my mom has a completely different hair texture than I do.
Mhm.
So kind of having to live and figure that out. How do I do my hair without hurting it? How do I maintain the beauty of it? And it's a journey, and each journey is different. So that's why it's starting to become weird to me that there's so many mass produced different hair care lines. because they vary off so much from what you essentially need and water it down so that, again, everyone's chasing their tail and you never see long lasting results. Then it plays back into the factor of, oh, I hate my hair and all of that. And it just doesn't help.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of videos about that on like YouTube, how these girls are like, oh, I started my natural hair journey, and like the first 2 times I didn't know that I was actually doing more damage than gaining the growth that I really wanted in my hair. And they had to start all over again because of that. So a lot of these products that are being sold in these companies can be very damaging, whether people know it or not. So natural way is it. I'm definitely interested in trying your products because I need it.
Yeah. And if you've done so good, and that's another thing too, it takes patience. It takes time. And if you're dedicated to that, I don't mind giving you any recipe you need because I am not near you for you to do the things.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that because I'm gonna call you after this. I'm be looking. What do I need?
Whatever you need just to continue that hair journey. Because the more that you love your hair and the more that you love on you generally, the confidence level, all of that just changes. Everything changes. And you start shining so bright where people don't even understand. You're not the same person you were. Why? Because I'm loving on myself. Where you have absolutely no blockages, not like, oh, I like my hair, but my nose a little crooked. No, loving yourself so much just changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So let's talk about how these products that are on the market have so many different chemicals in it that's not good for you. And also I want to touch more on the Ayurvedic side and just talk about what that is, right? Like it comes from India. It's ancient, right? And it's herbal medicine and roots and herbs and stuff like that, right?
And kind of understand your dosha to kind of figure out whether you're more air, fire, water, what are you more apt to, what are you more prone to, dictates your diet. From then you kind of see what plants or roots and stuff that you can interact with versus what you can't. Because it starts with your gut. And if you get that regulated, then everything else unleashes into your body the way it should. Then you can be like, okay, cool. I know that I can deal with burdock root. I can mix that up, put something together where burdock root is now stimulating the growth of whatever it is that you need. Or putting in something maybe more apt to more like blueberry things because of that antioxidants and stuff like that. You can put that into something to help with maybe your skin flare-ups and stuff like that. So big major companies ain't doing that. They're not going to break down the science of what it is that you need as an individual to make sure that you're getting what you need in order for you to grow. Because what works for one person is not going to work for the next, even if you are related.
Right. And so how did you do that based on our moon chart, and how do you figure that out?
So your moon charts, so there's, oh man, there is a Western philosophy of astrology and an Eastern philosophy of astrology. We do more of the Eastern than the Western. And doing all of that kind of breaks down or puts you into different categories, Vata, Kapha, and I can't remember the other one. Because it has nothing to do with astrological signs. It just has to do with the time that you're born, and how those different elements affect you while you're developing so that you can figure out what you can intake in your body. So instead of it being more astrological, it's more like, I don't know how to describe it. It's older than astrology is the best way that I can put it. It's older than astrology because it's dealing with you more on a cellular level than as a fully formed being.
Okay. So kind of something to do with like your being itself. Yeah. Okay. I'm with it. I'm okay. Don't play with me because I'll be there in your face. ready for you to touch my scalp.
Yeah.
And I don't let people touch my hair like that. My mom always said that she was a hairstylist as well.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe if she knew some of these things when she was younger, she would have incorporated that into her doing hair as well. Because she was very much like, in a way like you, like loving on people's hair when she did it. You know what I mean? Like it was never too tight. It was never like I could go to sleep with her in my head. Like that's
Mhm.
the energy that I feel.
That is the
And
best compliment.
yeah, I'm telling you, if you
I
can't
love
sleep
that.
when the hairstylist is in your hair,
You shouldn't be doing it.
no, I'm
And
not
at the
doing it.
salon where I am now, they have this seat that, like, when you lay down, you're like all the way in the bowl, and it has support in the bowl, not just the neck part, but for behind your head,
Mm.
so that you're laying kind of like flat in the bowl so that you can like drift off.
Ooh, that's nice.
All right now.
When y'all
Yes, we
bring
gotta make a
yourselves
trip.
to Jersey.
We're making a trip
Yes.
for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah.
So tell us about some of maybe the people you worked with, and maybe like a success story or how you've been able to incorporate Ayurvedic and your energy work into helping people that you work with.
So a lot of times, most like bartenders, hairstylists, or therapists. So people come in with everything that's going on with them, especially once you develop a relationship. They're, you're like their little private time, and they're going to tell you everything, whether you ask for it or not. But I can feel most of my clients, I can feel that once they come in, because I always greet you with a hug, how you doing? We chop it up a bit before I even get into your head because I want to make sure that you're cool. I usually do more of a lavender and a protection spray around them when they first walk in and they don't even know what's happening. So that they can just chill out. And it kind of to me seems more like a truth serum because that's when they start spilling out their guts. And based on what they're feeling in that moment, there's a lot of pressure points right around in here. So while you're sitting in the chair, before we even get to washing your hair, I like doing little rituals of putting like different calming oils on my hands, and I rub their scalp. I detangle their hair, and I give them a little mini massage just to kind of get the energy flowing, getting it right. Um, Not necessarily using anything like auras or chakras in that moment because I don't know. And I don't like to guess because I could be giving you too much of something and not enough of something else. So get them talking. They kind of tell me more of what's going on. We get back to the shampoo bowl. That's when everything starts coming out because now you're in a vulnerable state. You're laying down. It's the like where I work is very dark in the back. It just has a little bit of light so we can see what's happening, but it's very calming. So that's when everything starts pouring out. Oh, well, my son, this is what happened with him, my daughter, my husband, or I haven't done X, Y, and Z. So now I'm getting a little bit more insight. So while they're processing, I do a little bit of a body scan to see what's hurting, see what's ailing them, or anything like that. Similar, very, just like Reiki, just doing a full blown body scan. Depending on what's hurting them and ailing them, I can tell them that it's probably a woman or a man in their life, depending on which side of their body they're aching on and what part of the body they're aching on and why it's nagging at them. So, for example, I've had a woman, she came in and her left knee, she was just like kind of limping a little bit. So, what's going on? She was like, I don't know. I was like, okay. So my little ritual, brought her to the back, did my body scan. I said, it's your right knee. Who bothering you? What's happening? What happened about 2.5 years ago? What to do? You know, my son, he's just getting in and out of trouble. And there was something, we got into an argument and I tripped and I fell on my knee. I said, okay. He's still around. He's still causing you problems. He just called me last night. I said, you need to figure out some boundaries. If not, this is going to continue to grow. And you don't want that. So here's a solve. Here's this. when we taking a bath, how we, getting that energy out of you, because whatever he stirred up again is triggering back to what was happening about 2.5 years ago, and completely scared her.
Social media game changers. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? It's time to step up your game with the Mixtape Queens. We specialize in all things social media, from graphic design, music, photography, and videos. We got everything you need. Whether you're a business looking to boost your brand, an influencer looking to expand your following, or wanting to just get yourself heard, the Mixtape Queens got you. Want to contact us? Go to our website at mixtapequeens.com.
Yeah. So then we can talk about
it. When you're powerful like that, you got to use it and use it for the right purposes. Okay. I mean, I've heard some stuff because I know I went through some experiences, so I completely get what you mean on that level, and I think that's so beautiful that you're able to do that for people, because a lot of us don't know how to express that we need help,
right,
or that we need that help, and it does start with like your gut, like your insides. Like, to get to the outside, you got to go through the inside. So it's just pretty cool to hear you say, yeah.
I've never really thought that I would be in this space because I didn't believe in most of that, growing up Christian, growing up like this is how you do things. And just being on this journey just lets me know that there's so much more for me to learn. Like, how can I want to be able to like Care Bear hug somebody as soon as they walk through the door so their energy immediately changes. How do I do that? And that's what I want to get more into, learning through like different or more in-depth Ayurvedic practices. There's some stuff that I'm literally scared of because I'm not sure the amount of energy that it's going to take in order to kind of like dive into that. And there's so much more herbology that I kind of have to learn so that I can get better at it. I know the basics. I know what we have in the United States. I know a little bit of what's in India. I know a little bit of what's in Africa, but there's so much more that's not readily available. So I can't wait till I'm like on that mission so that I can learn more and learn how to better use different natural products to help people.
Yes. So on that note, I'm pretty excited to ask you, and we've been talking about it, we wanted to know, what are your plans for Luxgawdis, the hair, or, you know what I mean? Like the spiritual hairstylist. Like, what's on your roster of what's next for you?
I have some things. Is that my warning to like not talk, Kylie? Okay. I have some things. One big thing that I kind of want, that I'm focusing my energy on, is finding a space that's my own. Because I want to cater more to women that are going through health problems that directly affect their hair. Not just everybody that's walking in, of course, I'll take you too, but mostly people or women that are having issues with their uterus, their reproductive systems, or they may be going through cancer and having to help figure out how do we keep your hair while you're going through chemo. And also women dealing with alopecia. So that's my focus next. That's why I have been working myself like a crazy person to try and get this done, because I feel like it's important. Not even a lot of people know that there's a system, like a capping system that's used to help women keep and maintain their hair during cancer. It's called cold capping, and not a lot of people know about it. And I would love to be the salon that offers that.
That's a great idea.
Oh, so beautiful. Well, we know you're gonna do it. You already got it. If you got it in your mind, I know you'll do it. I know you will.
I'm working on that, and there's so many. Like, to open up a regular salon is fine. Like, it's not hard. But to open up what I want to, dealing directly with health, it has to be presented in a certain light so that I can get the funding necessary in order to do that. Like, I want a spa meets like health space. I want people to feel as rejuvenated. I want them to believe in themselves by the time they leave. I don't care if they really look great. Of course, that helps. That's the icing on the cake. That's the lip gloss before you step out. But I really want a place more for people to come and do more inner work and see how that directly affects not just their hair, but their skin, just everything.
I mean, that's right.
The overall energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love that.
So I want to give a shout out to my best friend Joanna. She's had alopecia since we were little kids, maybe 5 years old, and over time her hair's been falling out. She still has a little bit, but even her eyebrows and everything. And so I have a question, you know, for people like Joanna, or like you said, people who are overcoming cancer and other health problems. What do you suggest? Like, I know you said to start with your inner work, which is your energy and your diet, but what other practical steps and things can you recommend for someone?
I would recommend, especially when it comes to product usage, to try and limit it. If it's not natural, and I mean natural, where you can identify everything that's in there, no preservatives, would be the best topical way to go about trying to help with that. I'm not a doctor. I have to say that. But I feel that sometimes it is a process. Sometimes things can't be done. And then it comes to a space of just kind of accepting that. And realizing there's a wonderful world of wigs to help you transition in that process. Makeup is a beautiful thing if it's used for the right things and you're not dependent on it. Because I know that you said besides diet and your spiritual energy, but that's literally the root cause for everything dealing with your hair. And if her diet consists of certain things, it could be contributing to the issue that's giving her the alopecia. There may be another underlying issue that she has that's contributing to that, because alopecia, there's so many different types of alopecia at that. There's stress-induced, hormone-induced. Sometimes it's just your genetics. And it's hard to kind of pinpoint to say, hey, I need you to do this without kind of knowing a little bit more background history. But the safe space of that is to kind of embrace what's happening. It's happening for a reason, and trust the process. We got to learn a lesson to accept ourselves for who exactly we are and learn to love ourselves. Is it forcing you to face something that you don't want to? And kind of understanding that and understanding the journey about that. And acceptance helps you move on from that. If not, then you just grow bigger and bigger, upset, depressed, angry, mad, and all of that. You don't have time for that. All that does is redistributes the energy, continues the process.
Right. And so when you say stay away from products with all of these preservatives and extra ingredients that can sometimes be toxic for us, are you including like toothpaste, deodorant, and stuff like that too, lotions?
Yes, is going to be my short answer. It's not easy because it's not easily found, and typically it's not cheap. So finding things, maybe going to more of a farmer's market and seeing, people that make things naturally might be a best option. Or, YouTube University is a thing, and kind of seeing what works for you on a smaller scale. So like going to buy a couple of herbs and trying to buy like a whole bunch and seeing, okay, well, I have this rash here. Let me see if this works. And I know this works. That means I can use this in my hair. I can use this on my body. And seeing what recipes that you can use rosemary on, because maybe you have really bad inflammation that's leading to some scalp psoriasis on your head. So now you know how to handle it. Why? Because you decided to go with a rosemary recipe. And you can use one thing for multiple things. So if I need moisture on my hair, it should be something I can use on my body as well.
That's facts. I was just gonna ask you, like, what do you truly recommend for someone with like my hair texture, because I know there's this big thing on YouTube where girls talk about 4C and 3B and all of that. Does that even play a factor, or is it just more about the things that we're really just putting in our hair? Because I know a lot of people are like, don't use sulfate products, use sulfate products. There's like a battle between the two and stuff like that.
Don't necessarily, if you can't, this is gonna be weird, but if you can't eat it, don't put it in your hair.
I agree with that.
Oh, you're gonna make me throw away all my products. I'm scared.
If you can't eat it, don't put it in your hair. It should be something that is so water soluble that you can absorb it. You absorb so much through your scalp and you don't even realize it. It's one of the quickest way to get something into your system is through your scalp because of the pores. So think about something that has nothing but preservatives. It may be natural, but because it has those preservatives, it kind of changes the genetic compound of what that is. It changes the compound of how natural it is, because if it has preservatives in it, 9 times out of 10 it's hanging out in your bathroom or in your room right now instead of the fridge. So you want to make sure that you're using things that are, the only way that you can use it is within 7 to 14 days, and it has to be tossed away.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take that to heart now. I don't think I'm buying any more. I'm serious. I ain't buying no more nothing.
I think you can do just so much with just like the regular like baking soda, coconut oil, apple cider vinegar. I mean, you can clean, cook, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Eat it, brush your teeth.
Right.
That's what I was using too. We haven't used it, but I used to use for deodorant, I'd use the salt crystal. And we got to get back on that, because I remember I was using that for a long time and it works great. And I know deodorant has been linked to Alzheimer's and everything.
Cancers,
aluminum. You know, you're supposed to sweat. You're not supposed to block that sweat from coming out. That's how your toxins come out. And then even tea, like you said, burdock root, we drink that every day, I think, in our teas. So
and I'm taking some sea moss capsules. Let me be very clear. Those sea moss capsules are the bomb, especially because we order them from this company. You know, they do stuff all natural and organic. They don't put any preservatives or anything. So like you said, if you can't eat it, it shouldn't be going in your hair. So
like, as bad as I want some Doritos right now, I know that's bad for me. Why am I gonna do that?
Right.
I know younger, I would mess those things up, but as now that I'm learning more things, they eventually come out of your system, but not as fast as it should. So I'm gonna be cute with these carrots, you know, and be fine with it. So because I got to change the way that I eat in order for my hair to grow, in order for me to grow. Like, I'm getting up there. I gotta be cute. I want to look like how my mom looks at her age now. Like, I love the way that woman is, just so stylish. You wouldn't even know how old she was. Love it. That's what I want for me.
Okay.
Is your mom from India?
Yes, she's Indian and Jamaican.
Wow. I know she look good. Okay. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother combination.
Yeah.
They ain't ready. Yeah. But that's so cool. Like, I want to talk to you more. Like, I want to talk to you more about these different products, this different stuff. I don't want to take your time, but we can talk about it a little bit after this. That's completely fine. Yeah. I mean, we're just super excited to have you on our podcast. I'm super thankful because I feel like that was something I really needed to hear. If you cannot eat it, it should not be in your hair.
Yes, and we need to get the word out there to everybody, especially women who are suffering with any type of, even if, you know, your hair is great, you know, we have to take care of ourselves and take care of our body.
You know how many women that have good health, as far as the health advisors say, good health.
Mhm.
They have good health and they just had kids or they have kids and their hair is starting to fall out and they're having so many bald spots and they think it's just because the baby, but it's honestly because of some of the stuff that you might be intaking in your body and stuff. So
It's a deficiency because you just gave it all to this kid, like, and your body's not repairing itself fast enough. So I'm gonna say this because I want it, because if people are watching this and I want them to know something, a quick fix, but please check with your doctor first. But the combination of prenatal pills, biotin, and collagen all together is what you see in those little hair pills. That's it. That's in every recipe. And that helps with retention and growth.
mm,
And you need all three of them in order for that to happen.
mm,
And it doesn't matter whether you're pregnant or not. This is just something that women should continue to do, especially when they are pregnant. It's kind of building that up so that they're not losing their hair as much.
mm. Oh, so you're suggesting like do it like ASAP,
Regardless.
start that process ASAP.
Mhm.
Okay.
As
Well,
long
that's
as
a great
you can
preventative
do that,
measure.
just talk to your doctor first. But yes.
That's a good preventative measure, honestly,
Mhm.
because you could probably be saving a lot of people a lot of time.
And a lot of real grain and a lot of things that don't work.
Mhm.
Right. So, well, we want people to be able to reach out to you because most likely this is going to reach somebody around the world, one of our, thousands of listeners that's somewhere, and maybe it resonates with them that, they want to be on this journey of healing themselves. And so we're going to have your links and your stuff in the description.
Okay.
And we do want everybody to check in with you, and even on Instagram, right? Luxgawdis and
Luxgawdis or the hair alchemist.
yes, the hair alchemist.
Mhm.
And we want people to touch bases with you and reach out, because that's why we're here to support each other and inspire each other on our healing journey.
Oh, I will be doing like one-on-one consultations. Of course, you guys get free ones. I don't care about that. But I did want to, any of your viewers or listeners, they get a discount as well. They just have to use Mixtape Queens, so that they can have one-on-one consultations with me, so I can probably like try to guide them in the right way in order to get them started on their hair care journey.
Yes,
Awesome.
and I know plenty of people that will be listening for some hair importance. Okay, they're going to be listening. They're going to tune in. They're going to hear this, and you're going to blow them away because they probably never even heard anybody say, "If you can't eat it, don't put it in your hair."
Right.
You know what I mean? We've been using, especially as Black women, we've used so many products in our hair. It don't make no sense.
And the one product that your mom or auntie, grandma, somebody put in your hair, you just be like, ew, that stink. And it was all natural. And that's the stuff you should have been using.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A mess.
Eggs and mayonnaise, why?
That's my mom.
That was me.
So let's ask you one more thing before we go. We want to know, not just people who are struggling with their hair or their health or just women, but anyone in general who's listening right now and they need a little bit of encouragement. Just making it through hard times. We're all trying to heal so many things. What do you have to say to those people out there who need a little encouragement?
That's a good one, because I say so many little things to myself. This is a good one, and it's something that my dad taught me and has stuck with me. Don't let other people's outsides affect your insides.
Okay.
We're all caught up in this social media world and easily influenced if somebody says something and it derails your confidence completely. Don't allow it. Don't let somebody's outsides affect your insides. It's not worth it. And sometimes you're looking for validation in the wrong place. Don't do it. Stop. You already know the answer. Just listen to yourself.
Period.
Mm.
I 100%
Yes.
agree with that. Y'all heard it from Luxgawdis, the hair alchemist. Don't play with her.
Yes, look, even the dog has great hair over there.
Oh, she don't play with her baby. All natural.
Is she a Maltese?
She's a Maltipoo.
Oh,
She's 15 years old.
Oh my gosh, she
see, that's
looks
like
great.
Shmi. She looks just like our
same
dog.
body as him and
Mhm.
everything, same hair.
I feel like she's gonna outlive us all.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sweet.
And I'm sure she will with a mommy like you. Okay, she don't play that with her baby. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Queen,
Thank
for
you
allowing us
for
to have some
having
time
me.
with you and hold space with you and your baby. We really appreciate you. Shout out to Demigod.
Yes.
Oh.
And remember, don't let anybody have power over you and drag your spirit down,
Yep.
right? Don't let them affect you. Don't let nobody else affect you, right?
No, because at the end of the day, if somebody would have told me my confidence level or if changing career is damn near 30, from something that's stable to you don't really know what to do, or you might be stuck working somewhere where you don't want to be because it's hair. You don't associate money or real income with hair sometimes. And if I were to listen to everybody who said, you know what, you should stay with doing what you're doing, I wouldn't be where I am now. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, girl, I was almost 300 pounds at one point in my life.
Wow.
You look good, okay?
Yes.
So all of that shedding physically, emotionally, mentally came because I had to listen to myself. I had to empower myself. I couldn't let anybody else deter me from whatever was calling me.
I know that's right. Okay, and that's what you call power. Okay, that's real power. And
Yes.
we really appreciate you.
Thank
We
you,
really
thank
do.
you.
You are so beautiful. Thank you
Yes,
again,
you're
Queen.
beautiful and so special.
Yes.
It's like it's called special. I don't know if it's the right special. But it was so great being here. Thank you guys.
Of course,
Yes,
Queen.
Queen,
We'll be
thank
having you
you.
back on soon.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure of
absolutely.
it.
Let me know when.
Of course. Thank you again, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, we love you so much.
Rise like a phoenix into a realm of the unknown.